long time no see. How are you doing, guys? It's a beautiful day today. So I've been challenged like crazy. Past about a month, that's why I didn't show up, because my dog was dying. He's dead already. I mean, he made the transition. He was the shapeshifter. So I was grieving. It was very difficult. So as you see, we all kind of go through all kind of stuff. We're shifting very fast. I got inspired today, and I was thinking to show up and give you a little bit overall view what is going on for us energetically, because the Schumann resonance chart is just out of the whack, or actually it's not out of the whack, but the heartbeat of Earth is really low. The frequency of 19 hertz, the frequency of fear, is really strong. So you might be feeling it in the body a lot, especially if you are Starseed, if you are awake, if your channel is open. What you might be feeling is, first of all, you're gonna be feeling the bottom of the chakras. We are at the moment purifying the spleen chakra. Actually, it's the spleen chakra is on the left side of your body. It's only on one side, it's not on this side, it's on the left side. And it's there where you have the ribs, the rib cage meets. There is the spleen chakra, and it goes from the front into the back. So the front chakra, the front spleen chakra, it's called abdomen of depression. And the back of the chakra, it's called a stomach of courage. In Tao yoga, like a Taoistic yoga, they call it that way. In Tantra, I don't know, I never heard anyone speaking about a spleen chakra, but it is overlapping somehow. I think it goes to the solar plexus. But the thing is that I never really felt that chakra on that part until my dog started parting away, and I was going through all these grieving period. So if you are going through a grief, or if you went through a grief, or if you are grieving in general, like right now, like I would say the grief is kind of like a big energy on the planet coming with the depression, because we are in like this global grand depression, they call it. I remember when I was still living in Czech Republic, whatever is happening usually politically, we went through this kind of like a season or the period of the country, what they call it, like a grand depression, like a financial, all the insecurities, instabilities, housing crisis, relationship like are gonna be involved in this one as well, you name it. So the depression part is practically stored in the spleen chakra, and the spleen is connected to your root chakra and to the sacral chakra. So it's like the root chakra is overlapping the sacral chakra anyway. So all these three are like, it's like a trio at the moment that is playing out, and we are clearing anything, all the distortion which is in those centers. Root chakra is very difficult to clean, and like most of the yogic practices practically are focusing on the root chakra. They're not focusing on getting you into the higher states of consciousness. They are focusing on getting you actually into the body, because most of the people are not in the body. So if you are looking for grounding yourself, you don't have to ground yourself by eating certain foods. You are already grounded on the planet anyway. So, you can ground yourself very different ways, but like the most of like the Tai Chi, Qigong, Tantra, all the yogic practices are actually focusing on getting you into the body, getting you in touch with the body. When the mind and the body is like all in one, and it's like when you focus your mind on the body parts, like that's the best way how you ground yourself. You don't have to eat meat. You don't have to eat certain type of foods to grounding yourself, right? So we are working with those three centers a lot. That's why the heartbeat of Earth is so low right now, for that reason. So we can actually address what we need to address, and we have to purify those centers. I don't know how long this is gonna go. It's heavy. You might be feeling a lot in those centers, and you might be having like a big discomfort. So do the best to your abilities to help yourself out, like, you know, going for a walk, having a salty baths, like, you know, be gentle with yourself, because spleen chakra especially, I wrote full post about that, whatever I could found, whatever my experiences, how is it linked, whatever I could channel through, what I know about that. All of that is on my blog post. I have there a section now called chakras, where I'm writing about chakras. You've got the three bottom ones you've got there already. Also, the spleen is connected to the throat chakra. You know, creative expression is in all these bottom chakras as well. And because we are asked to come out with the spiritual closet, or like your extraterrestrial closet, like if you're a starseed, then the creative expression, expressing your gifts and coming with your gifts online and like sharing them with the world and helping the people as much as you can, is gonna be dominant. And there comes the fears, because the moment you start coming out with your stuff, whatever it is, a type of business, artwork, you want to have your channel, or you want to have your podcast, or you want to be a yoga teacher, all these centers are gonna come online, and because you're gonna be sort of releasing all the limiting beliefs, and the fears are there, all of it is in there. So that is right, overall theme is that, because we are in a 2.5 year cycle, which is service to others right now, because we've got certain planetary like alignments. There's a lot of sadness, there's a lot of sorrow on the planet right now, and anxiety is going to be big. Anxiety is going to be huge, and as well that belongs to the spleen, that belongs to the spleen center. So have a look on my blog post, because I wrote it all there. I think it's gonna be beneficial for you to know all these like aspects of that center. How is it connected? How whatever is stored in there. Because on the back of your, let's say in your lower part of the back, there is a center which is actually responsible for transmuting the energy, the lower part, the lower energies. So you will be feeling how the energy moves, let's say from there to that center, is being transmuted. And what you can do is consciously like ascending it into your heart, and then like maybe down through your feet into the ground. If you have some practices, there is many type of practices how you are transmuting the lower parts of the energies, but you can research, or if you want me to talk about it, I can maybe do another video about that. So we are in this like a holding place at the moment. We are being like recalibrating our journeys, like our paths are being recalibrated. So there will be a lot of powerful endings. We might go through a losses. There is gonna be a grief. We might be moving into a different location. You know, all your insecurities are gonna come out, because we are purifying those centers. And of course, when we are purifying those centers, you will be feeling it. And because whatever is happening in the world with all the war and earthquakes and I don't know, the fires and whatever is happening in there, they are there for a reason as well, for us to really get to the bottom of everything. Like, you know, that's why we're dealing with the bottom chakras right now. So fears and limiting beliefs are gonna be like it's like a number one theme that we're gonna be what we're gonna be working with right now, and probably the entire 2023 is gonna be challenging, even though it's very creative. But as I said, the moment you start going out with your creative expressions, all your fears and limiting beliefs are gonna come to the surface. On the other hand, the spleen is responsible for you to deal with the grief. So whatever you did not accept yet from the past, because oftentimes when we are in a certain circumstance, that is just a result of the past. That is just a result of your past and something what you still didn't deal with, because it's all you know. It's how reality is actually working, how reality works. There is as well acceptance. So the moment we acknowledge and understand that we all make mistakes, whatever type of mistakes you made in the past, we all make mistakes. That's why we are in here. It's a part of the journey to making the mistakes, forgetting, messing things up, going through challenges, going through a massive challenges, that we can actually arrive to a better feeling place, and that we can release it and we can see how powerful we are. But like the moment you realize that we all make mistakes, all of us, and you forgive yourself, then you heal that center. It's a requirement. You cannot have compassion for others if you don't have a compassion for your own journey. And the compassion center is actually spleen. It's not a heart. It starts in the spleen chakra. So have a look on the post, because I think it's really interesting. It blew my mind how much I did not know about it, but because I start feeling it, how it's spinning, a lot of as well a past came to the surface. There is as well depression stored. It's there. It's in the spleen chakra. So if you were depressed in the past, it will start clearing, showing you, look, this is similar. Let's say you are in grieving and you are going through something very similar, and it's gonna bring as well the past to the surface, so you can as well release that and be okay with it. Be okay with the past and be okay with the challenges, what you went through. So another thing, because of the heartbeat of Earth is very low, the 19 hertz frequency of the fear is being very strong. That means the big brother is like broadcasting, and like it's been really heavy. So you might have a nightmares, you might have a really strange dreams. So pay attention to those things as well, or keep that in mind that it can show up. We will be focusing on the health this year as well, and we will be as well organizing our thoughts and deciding what we're gonna be focusing on for the entire 2023. And we are pioneering in here, so there is no right or wrong. You've got a lot of information on my webpage. There is a lot of food. I put there a lot of recipes. Take what resonates, leave everything else behind. I'm a big advocate about the food, because I know how it changes the structure. Because if you eat that way, you have access to different parts of your higher consciousness. It's not that just gets you there, but you will have access to a parts of the consciousness that you did not have access to when you were eating differently. So it's not just being vegan or being raw or like whatever. It is the food is designed specifically a special way that it actually helps you with the time to clear the vessel to such an extent that you have access to all of your higher potentials. Because let's say your extraterrestrial part would come more online if you eat the way you eat. But of course, not everyone wants to go that direction. I'm talking about going interstellar, because I'm aware of that. That's where we're heading. So a lot of things you've got on my blog. I keep posting there a lot. I am not as much on Instagram, or I wasn't there for quite some time, for almost a month. I didn't do much because the dog was dying and I was going through my own personal challenges. So I hope this helps. So here is the webpage. This is on the phone, so I'm just gonna go fast through it, you guys, so that you know what you've got in here. I'm launching this it's called Know Yourself. You can request like in-depth personal reading, but it's still not yet there. It's gonna be all like I can check your natal chart and things like that. Here you've got a counseling, like you can book this one with me. It's totally free. It's a donation base. I have there as well long-term coaching for those of you who would like to go a little bit deeper into your stuff, more personal, so I can guide you through that. I'm thinking about some private community, but that's not yet there. Of course, here you get the content, what is the video content. But if you go into the free resources, you've got now there all the mystical blog where I'm writing about all kind of like a different experiences. Here you've got the chakras. So this is the chakra part. You can here you can read about a spleen chakra. It's practically this chakra, like this tiny little one. I don't know if you can see it. It's this one in here. And you can read about sacral chakra. It's very interesting, as I think I'm updating it. I'm going back to it and writing there more and more information that we've got it all in one place. So I know I'm going there as well, check bits and pieces, how the chakra is like a link to the ascension, because practically the chakra system is evolving with us, and I see the chakra. So, that's a little bit, well, here you've got a high frequency food. I wanted to show you one salad which I did last time, which absolutely blew my socks off. It helps you with the with all sorts of things that are happening in the body. It's not just recipes. Each of the recipes, sometimes it's just a recipe, but a lot of the times there is a lot of information that I write about what it does in the body. This one is great. This is gonna take all of your inflammation out from the body, especially the red cabbage. This is a raw salad. It blew my socks off. I was so surprised because it took all of the pain away from my lower parts, like from my hips, from my legs, because when we are dealing with the chakras, when we are dealing with all the stuff what is happening like in the body, then this is super handy. So it's not just a recipes. All right. I'm a big advocate about the food because I know what it does in the body. It will, if you eat that way, you practically gonna be more sensitive to the energies, and you will have more access to different parts of your consciousness that are maybe not yet online, and you would like to bring them more through. If you would like to work with the extraterrestrials, or if you would like to be a channeler, this is a perfect diet for you. I'm a channel, I see the chakras. The chakras, when the chakras manifest as a color in the body, it already means that you are a little bit like further up in the journey than someone else who, let's say, does not see the chakras. Saffron drink is gonna help you a lot with boosting your energy and protect your nervous system. You have to chew properly, there is a lot of information. Then if you want to go taking the health seriously this year, you have to get over the limiting belief that you need to eat meat to ground yourself. I'm probably gonna step on someone's foot today, but it is what it is. There is a lot of about mono diet, there is a lot about how the things works in the body. And I'm not saying that it's gonna work for everyone, okay? Everyone has his own limiting beliefs. That's what we are working with. So there are a lot of limiting beliefs as well about the food. We also know the people who eat whatever and, they're healthy. Because they believe that that's not gonna destroy them. So, and I have that experience too. I know that I can have this or that, and I know it's not gonna hurt me because I know that I will reset myself every morning because I know how reality works. I know that I am going to shift myself in the morning again into a different type of reality, and I will have a different type of body practically. But that's because I understand how the reality works, that we are in the hologram. But this will help you actually to deal with a lot of things what are stopping you physically. Health is gonna be big this year. So the blog is huge. There is about 36 recipes at the moment. I am constantly posting about the food. This is all for the people who are highly sensitive, for the empaths, for the starseed. So, and for those of you who really would like to work with extraterrestrials, because the diet is always gonna be a part of it. especially let's say Pleiadians, what I heard, I don't work with them, but especially Pleiadians, they do not like to working with the people who eat meat. But, that's a one information that I heard. It's not something that I experienced, but what I'm experiencing is that if I eat whatever, I have very little access to the higher dimensionals. And every time I contaminate myself, I have to do something with the body to just be a little bit more on the water, that I can channel certain things through. So, there are certain universal informations that should work like for everyone, but obviously it all depends on your own belief system. And my belief is, no, I'm not a believer. This is one thing to just mention. I was asked to do this so many times and I never did that. I never found the balls to doing it because I know that this diet in general is such a hot potato in the spiritual community. But I'm sure you heard even Teal Swan talking about it. She requires from her partner, if she wanna have one, that he is vegan because she doesn't want to have anything to do with that type of a frequency of the dead flesh. And I absolutely get it because I have very similar experiences. So, it depends where you want to go or what is your design, but consider as well the fact that whatever you were being told by the elders, I don't know, let's say grandfathers, grandmothers, our ancestors, they were doing things differently. They were offering sugar, they were offering as well a dead flesh and sacrificing animals and doing all sorts of things that we are not gonna be doing it in this higher frequency. This type of tools or beliefs are dead. That's what I know for sure, that we have to sort of go more of the holistic way, more of the clean way, more of the for the planet way. And on the other hand, all of us are gonna be experiencing different type of herbs. And I started noticing it that I have two friends and they both are experiencing completely different type of herbs than I am actually experiencing. I am navigating solo through synchronicities all the time, at 90% of the time. And I know a lot about reality shifting in general. So I understand that during the day, it doesn't mean that we are constantly in the same parallel reality. We are it's like a water. You're like a water. You going through one to another one. It depends what you do with the body as well and how you contaminate yourself. So you could be in the morning in one type of reality, everything goes well, and you get in the lunch, you eat something else, and then suddenly start having a completely different experiences. Because we are not really permanently fixed in one type of reality. So here comes the food. It's gonna help you. You've got there as well some books that you can read. I keep constantly putting new things in there. So we've got all the information in place. This is all gonna stretch your mind. Especially this divine design from Lori Rath is amazing. All the things from Gabor Mate, is brilliant. Of course, Dolores Cannon stuff. The understanding the reality and limiting beliefs, the fifth agreement is great to start with. I prefer more the channeled material from Bashar, which is the Masters of Limitations, the latest book I read. It's amazing. I'm reading now a different type of book, so I keep putting it in there that you get all the resources there. So whatever resonate with you in this moment might be something that you could maybe have a look and pick it up and try, give it a trial. The same with the food. Maybe you will feel the changes, because I do feel the change. Every time I eat, I feel what the food is actually doing in the body, because my channel is I'm on this diet for a very long time, so I am more purified, and because I'm more galactic, I got more that connections. So I'm more sensitive to the subtleties. So that's why I know how the food function in the body, or what the body is doing, or I can, what the chakras are doing, or how the energy is moving as well on the planet. So, we are all different. We all having a different type of gifts, and this is my offerings. So take what resonates and leave whatever doesn't, leave behind. So this is the blog. There is more. The mystical blog is there. I'm writing there bits and pieces about all kind of stuff, and yeah, have fun. Don't judge. I'm sometimes perceived that I judge the people, but it's not really true. It's more about that I'm standing kind of firm on my own truth and like what I know to be truth, and I am more of the seeker than the believer. I do not blindly believe in anything unless I don't have the experience with it. So the sound healing is actually really good. You've got that meditation what you can do, like let's say before you go sleep. It's a 20 minutes chakra healing. It's brilliant. You got some services from one of my Czech friends. She's great. She helped me a lot to understand the compatibility in my relationships using the feng shui, which is amazing. Like, I'm so happy. I want to put there as well as services of others. Probably I'm gonna rename the page later, like for some sort of a different kind of a thing, or maybe I'm gonna get a different domain. I don't know, because there's some stuff about starseeds and like all my experiences, what I have done. So have fun with it. I'm happy about the food section. I think that helps me so much, and it helped a lot of my other friends. So yeah, have fun, you guys. So I hope this helped you guys. Have a good week, and take it easy. We are bending the reality. We are shifting all the time. We are moving forward. There is no right way or wrong way of doing it. You are exactly where you need to be. And limiting beliefs and fears, that's what we're going to be working through. So if you need me on something, doing your reading, I'm launching some, like I can check your natal chart as well, and like have a look maybe like which direction your design is. I'm launching it like very soon, so you can get as well this one like an extra if you would like to go deeper into your design and understanding where your gifts are, or maybe understanding a past, or I will be guided into certain aspects of your natal chart, so I can have a look like on bits and pieces. I don't know all of it because it's just there is too much information and too much coding in it, but because I'm clairvoyant, and like I will be guided to certain aspects, so I can it could be just maybe a validation of something what you already know. So that's something new what you can get, and if you need me, you know where to find me. I wish you a happy Monday, and I see you soon. Bye.